Hi everyone and welcome back, and if you're new here, I am Prakriti, and in today's video I am going to share some concealer tricks and hacks with you guys. I will be showing you how to avoid creasing, hide blemishes, dark circles, hyperpigmentation, and this video also has a small guide on how to choose your correct concealer shade. I'm also going to show you how to correct your face, make it look more even toned, how to highlight and contour your face using concealers. And in today's video I will be using the new Lakme 95 Primer Plus Matte Liquid Concealer. These come in 8 amazing shades, and I am going to use these concealers to demonstrate all the tricks that I will be sharing in today's video. And a huge thanks to Lakme for sponsoring this video. And now, without any further chatting, let's get started. The first thing that we are going to talk about is how to choose the correct concealer shade. If you want a very natural no makeup look, or even out all the imperfections and make your skin look more even toned and basically one single color, go with a concealer that is exactly your skin tone and your undertone. If you have very prominent dark circles or hyperpigmentation, you have to color correct it before choosing a concealer. Now, in the Lakme 9 to 5 Primer Plus Matte Concealer range, shade number 20 Nude is my exact concealer shade. I will also be swatching all the 8 shades in this video, and I am going to review these concealers, so stay tuned for that. Here I also want to mention that these concealers do oxidize and turn a shade darker, so be careful while picking a shade for yourself. If you are my skin tone, that is NC40 in MAC, you should go for the shade number 20. It will oxidize and match you. Shade number 20 Nude can be used for concealing dark circles, hyperpigmentation, acne marks, blemishes, etc. Now let's talk about highlighting. For highlighting, you always want to pick a concealer that's at least one shade lighter than your foundation. Again, keep in mind that some of the concealers do oxidize. So in the Lakme 9 to 5 range, shade number 16 Sand is my highlighting shade. You can also use concealers as color correctors. Some of the concealers have pink or orange undertones that can be used on your under eyes as correctors. For example, shade number 34 Almond in the Lakme 9 to 5 Primer Plus Matte range has an orange undertone, so it can be used for correcting dark circles in medium to deeper skin tones. And if you have light skin tone, you can use a concealer that has a pink undertone to correct your dark circles and hyperpigmentation. That's how you can choose a correct concealer shade for yourself. And now, before moving to the next tip, I am going to review the Lakme 9 to 5 Primer Plus Matte concealers. These concealers come in this rose gold box. On the inside, you get a small tube. I get 5.4 ml of product for rupees 400, which is extremely affordable. It has a built-in primer, and this concealer completes the whole 9 to 5 range of Lakme. They already have a foundation which is available in 16 shades. I really like the 9 to 5 foundation, so I am going to mention my shade in the description box. They also have a compact, but I haven't used that. I have used the foundation, I really like it, and I am wearing the concealer right now and I'm loving it so far. Now, these concealers have a very smooth application, they blend easily, have a matte finish, and are extremely lightweight. The concealer has 8 shades and the Primer Plus Matte foundation has 16 shades. Each concealer shade is precisely matched to complement 2 foundation shades. Along with that, it's oil-free and has an SPF of 25. This concealer has a matte finish and medium coverage, I'd say. You can build it up to full coverage, but you have to be a little bit quick while blending. You can also blend it in with your fingers if you are going for a natural look. So now, before moving to the application, I am going to talk about how you can avoid creasing, which is a major problem if you wear concealer. Now, if you have fine lines under your eyes, your concealer is going to crease to some extent. I am going to give you tips on how you can make it less prominent. The first tip will be to hydrate. Hydrate your under eyes, especially if you have dry skin. Make sure that your under eyes are extremely hydrated before you go in with any kind of makeup. If you have oily skin, make sure that you're using a silicone based primer, something that is pore minimizing or something that can blur your fine lines. If you haven't invested in a setting spray, you should now, because it does make your makeup long lasting and it will prevent your concealer from settling in the pores or the fine lines. And ultimately, my favorite trick, if the creases on your under eyes or the fine lines on your under eyes are really close to your lower lash line, what you can do is take a dark colored eyeshadow like a brown and just run it on the creases. What that will do is push that area back and reduce the appearance of crease on your under eyes. This is my favorite trick and I've been doing it since I started doing makeup. So even today you can see that I have applied eyeshadow in this area. So once we've talked about the skin prep and the concealer shade, let's get on to the actual application. So I am going to start with correcting, and I am going to use shade number 20 Nude. Now for this, I'm just going to apply a little bit on my under eyes. This can look light, but it will oxidize. For hyperpigmentation, I apply it directly on the area. And I'm going to blend the under eye with my finger because this is like a corrector. And I let it sit around my mouth for about 10 to 20 seconds before blending. And while blending, you have to make sure that you just dab really gently. After this, I am going to use shade number 39 Cocoa for cream contouring. This is a perfect cool toned shade for cream contouring if you have medium skin tone. I don't like applying too much because this is a concealer, so it has got coverage. And then I'm going to quickly blend it out because this sets really quickly. Now let's do the highlighting trick, and for that I am going to use a concealer that's at least a couple of shades lighter than my skin tone. So this is in the shade number 16 Sand, which is the second shade. So it's a little bit light for me, but it will oxidize and match me. So for the placement, what I do is I just place it. I think Robert Welsh was the first person to, share this concealer placement, but I did modify it a little bit according to my face shape. Now, according to his technique, you just apply a little bit in this area, and blend it out with your fingers. But I want to do a more glam version of that. So I just take it all the way down to the sides of my nose, some over here, and then also on the center because I have this darkness in the center. And I don't apply concealer right under my eyes because you can always blend it up. That way you can also avoid creasing. Now I also apply some on my chin and a little bit on the forehead to just highlight the center of my face. So I blend it in an inverted triangle, as you can see, but it's like a right angle triangle for me. It goes like this. And I blend it all the way up to my temples. So it just lifts your face. Now you can set it with any powder of your choice. You can use a translucent powder or a compact. But that's pretty much it for the correcting, concealing and contouring using a concealer. So yes, I really like how my face looks, and now I'm just gonna do the rest of my makeup and I'll be back. That's it for the video. This is how my makeup looks. I think my face looks very lifted and I really like the finish. My face looks flawless. The concealers have covered everything, but it's not looking cakey at all. So yeah, I really like the finish. And that's it for the video. Hope you guys find it helpful. If you did, do not forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.